guys, this is RLC's 321 Fantastic Plastic coming back again with another model. Not a model kit build, no. Sorry, I lied. It's not a model kit build with you. Oh, this is going to go into my tutorial section. I think I have a tutorial section. I can't really remember, but I think I do. And what we're going to discuss is about cleaning an airbrush. This is not the be-all and end-all guide of doing it. Okay? It's just one that I use that works quite well. And there's a few things I want you to you need to get, and one thing that you should consider getting. So obviously we need some of these pipette cleaners. You need to get some of those. I've got two different ones. Another pipette cleaner here, again slightly different. You need one of these as well, and what these do is this sharp point will go inside the needle, and not where the needle goes into. I'll show you that in a minute, and that will help clean it out inside that. So you need to get one of them. Your spanner that normally comes with your airbrushes when you buy them. If you don't, you can very carefully use this to undo it. Also, invest yourself in one of these, which is a sonic cleaner. They are absolutely brilliant. They come in very handy. So I'm just going to show you how I disassemble the airbrush and everything. So I'm going to move these tools out of the way because I don't really need them just yet. So with the airbrush, there's some things you need to put in there, some things you don't. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off because we don't need this part, as he says, and he can't get the thing undone. There we go. There we go. We don't need that bit going in there. So we can take that off. And I can throw it on the floor. There we go. Okay. That doesn't need to go in there. The other piece that doesn't need to go in there is this. You just unscrew the back. There we go. That doesn't need to go in, so we can put that aside. And before we take the needle out, because I know there was an obstruction in here, we're going to do things slightly differently. So we want to take this front nozzle off, the nozzle guard. That can go in. We want to take the second part of the nozzle off. That can go in. Now this here, don't know if it's going to focus. Yeah, you can see you got the flat sides. That's where your spanner's going to go. Just in there, so you can undo it. Also, as I said, if you don't have it, very, very gently, because you don't want to put any pressure, and just give it a twist, and then it should start moving. Okay, so we're going to take the needle nozzle off. Alright, now we don't really want to put this in the sonic cleaner, mainly because there's a little rubber ring on there. I don't know if we can see that clearly. Where am I going there? Are you gonna? There you go. So that's where this tool is going to come in handy in a minute. Now also we should be able to take this piece off just here. That can go in the cleaner as well. Now because I don't know where the obstruction is, I'm going to unscrew this part here and push the needle through. Okay, but I'm going to do that a couple of times just to make sure that there is nothing in there, and it will push any debris out. Okay, the needle is not going in there either, so we're going to put this on the side, and be very careful of the needle. You do not want to damage the tip. That doesn't want to go in, so we need to unscrew. Once we've got this off, we can then unscrew this part here. This is what holds the spring and this connector up here. So we just unscrew it all. Very, very easy to do. That's not going in. So there's our spring. Here is our release valve that pulls the spring, the needle back and forward. And here is our presser. So now this can go in, because I mean, as you can see in there, it's a lovely mess in there. So these are the bits that can go in the cleaner. So I'm going to put them in now. And with the cleaner, what I've got in here, let me just bring you over here. Right. Let's put the timer on for 7.5 minutes. That's what I'm going to do it for. Inside there, I've got windscreen washer fluid. I've got a 20-30 mix of 99% isopropyl alcohol and distilled water. That's what's in there at the moment. Okay. And there's nothing on. Also, just double check, make sure there's nothing on any of these things that's going to dissolve or anything like that. And there isn't. So then I've set my timer, set it for 7.5 minutes, and I'm just going to press that, let it do its thing, and continue on. Right, so let's get back over to here. So now, with this, obviously there may be an obstruction inside here, so we need to obviously clean it. So that's where this comes in handy. So with this, and holding it, you just gently push it in, and then you can just about see the tip coming out. Okay, you do not want to force it. And then you just gently turn it. And then start moving things out. And I don't know if you can see on there, where are you? Come on, focus. Can you see on there those black bits? They're the black bits of paint that's stuck, that were inside here. Okay, so we're just going to go all around it and clear out any debris that is in there. And it found some more. And this is why the airbrush wasn't working correctly, because it found all of this lovely debris that the airbrush does not like. And so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep on doing this until it comes nice and clean and there's nothing else in there. Let's say, do not push it. If you push it, you can damage the tip, and then your airbrush won't work at all. Okay? So you've got to be very, very careful with this. As I say, this is not the best way to do it, but this is my way of doing it, and I've had some success with it. So that should be now done. Let's put this back in here. Now for our needle. Now our needle obviously has got some bits and pieces of nasties and things on there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of that fluid from our thing, and I'm just going to wrap the needle around it and then just pull the needle through. Okay, this is all I'm doing. Do not push, because you'll stab yourself, and then just twist it around, especially when it gets to the edge. And the needle will start getting nice and clean. Okay. Now I need to do a little bit more on the tip here. So I can see there's just a little bit of paint left on the tip. So I'm going to just concentrate on the tip, twisting it around until it comes nice and clean. Because what the alcohol does, and the windscreen fluid's got ammonia. The alcohol will also help dissolve the paint. And there we go, that's now done. Will help dissolve the paint. Now what I also like to do is get some really, really fine sandpaper. I'm using 3000 grit. No, I'm not. I'm throwing it on the floor, so I use another one. 3000 grit sandpaper. And again, I'm just going to wrap just at the bottom, the needle in, and I'm going to pull it through. And turn it and just pull it through. That will also help clean it up as best as we can. Okay. And I say, you want to be gentle with this, you do not want to go too far. I mean, as you can see, there's still some stuff on there even after cleaning it. So let's get our damp cloth again with our fluid in and just give it a wipe over. There we go. So that's the needle now all cleaned, but we also need to lubricate it. Now I'm trying to figure out where I have put it. There's a little bit of what's it called? Some people like to use Vaseline. I don't really like to use Vaseline on it, but you can use vegetable glycerin. Now the only vegetable glycerin I've got is a little bit on inside here, so I'm just going to put a tiny dip, just a little bit, not a lot, on the actual thing. Just a little bit. It's literally so tiny you can't see it. And I'm just going to push it over, get it to join, not join, but get it to fill, so then that way it'll have nice smooth gliding action. So that is now ready to go. So we are now waiting on our thing that's sonicking, so I'll bring you guys back when that's finished. Okay, we're back. That's now had a good seeing to in the thingy, the sonic thing. So just let actually come over, let's bring you over here. So basically let all the excess drip out. You can see most of it's gone, but I still need to scrape out some of that in there and get our other bits out. Well, this is why you need the paper here to blot everything off. That, and I believe there's one more piece in here. What are you? Okay, looks like a rubber seal has come off, and I believe, I don't know where that rubber seal's from, but I think I know. I think it goes on this part here onto there. And let's just make sure there's nothing else left in there. Nope, looking good. Okay, now the other thing is I have to mention, because this stuff has got ammonia and things and that in there, do not drink it. Should I need to mention that? Do not put your fingers in your mouth afterwards either. Goodness, do I have to say that? Probably. Right, so now we've got this. This is where our tools like this come in handy. So we're first going to get this one with a little tiny bits of brush on there, and I'm going to just push it through and just give it a good old in and out jobby. Behave. Alright, and just push it in and out, get it all nice and clean. And there we go. And I don't know if you can see, but that's what's come out. There. Okay. So just make sure there's nothing else in there. And we're looking good, it thinks. I think it is. Yes. Give it a good old twist in there as well. And just make doubly sure. Right, so once they're done with the brush, this is where this side comes in. These. Now I want the right size. I think that might be the perfect size for it. And I'm just going to push that through. and just give it a rub up and down on the edges, moving it around, just in case there's anything else left inside there. And we're looking good. Okay. Now inside here, we need to clean inside there. And that's, I'm going to use this again because it looks like there's gunk left in there. And just want to get rid of that as best we can. And just use the bladey portion of it. There we go. So I'm just going to dip. I'm just going to spray some water in there. Not water, some of the fluid, and that has now got rid of any nasties that was in there. Okay. Now, here we come to this part. This is the fun part. Again, we're going to go with one of our things. We're going to start with this one, and we're going to see if I can push it through at the back here, and that should hopefully push through. No, it's not. Okay, let's get a different size one. Let's get one of these ones that's a little bit tougher to be able to push it through. Right, let's go slightly smaller. Okay, yep, that will go. And all I'm doing is similar thing again. It's just pushing it around, trying to get anything that's in there out, because all of this will help with airflow problems and things like that. I'm getting, there's loads of paint in there. You can see some, I don't know if you can see this here. Yeah, look, just pulled that out. So I'm just going to go the opposite way and just make doubly sure as well. Right, now let's see if I can get this in here. Give it a good old clean as well. This is the smaller brush. Oh, there goes a little piece of paint. So I'm going to push that in. And just give it a good old, again, give it a good old see into with this brush. Push it in and out, making sure there's nothing left in there. Okay. Once that's done, I'm going to get a little bit more of this stuff here. And as you can see there, I don't know if you can see on the thing, but there is loads of little bits of paint coming out of here, which is good. It's what we want it to happen. So, to get rid of there is still a little bit of paint on the inside there, but it's not going to interfere anymore with our painting. So, one of the things we now need to do is just make sure there's nothing else coming through. I mean, what I can do is, like, you've got all this paint in here. I can scrape it all out, get my knife and scrape out all the rest of the paint, but I'm not too worried about that at the minute. If I left it in the solution for a good couple of days, that should soften that up nicely. But right now, I'm not worried about it. And I just wanted to get it working so that, well, I can use it. So what I'm going to do is start putting things back together. And I've got to figure out where you're going. I think you're going on here. like that. Okay, and then this just gets screwed into here like that. Then we get our small little, oh, nearly lost it, a small little nib, and gently screw it on. And then we're going to get our spanner and just very, very lightly do it up. We don't want to do it up too tight because you can damage it. So about there should do. So now we've done that, we can then start putting the rest of it together. So I'm going to put this little piece on, and that just twists and fold, puts inside there. This little piece then goes back in. This goes on. And then this part goes on here. We have to do this before we put the needle back in. So we're just gonna screw that down. Yeah, there we go. That's looking good. And there we go. Perfect. Next is going to be our needle. So we very carefully thread the needle through until the tip shows out, and just gently give it a little nudge with your finger at the back. Screw the stopper back on, pull the needle back, screw this back onto it here, and then our needle protector goes on the top there. This then goes back on, and we can then screw this back in. There we go, and our needle is now fully, airbrush is now fully working. Let's put a little bit of fluid in there, just a little bit. There we go. Get our air hose, and it is now fully working. And there you go, and that's how I clean my airbrush. I mean, normally, as I say, I'll keep it in a lot more, but I mean, if I just see if I can bring this up to you, I can show you the amount of gunk that was caught. See, all of that was stuck in that airbrush when it's stopping it from working correctly. Okay, yep, all of that there is nasty, isn't it? Yeah. The smallest piece can make the biggest difference with airbrushes. You know, if there is just a small piece of nasties locked inside there, that's what's going to happen. So guys, there you go. That's my quick and dirty how to fully clean an airbrush if you've got a blockage or anything like that. This is just what I do. There's plenty of other people that do tutorials a lot better than I can, because I'm crap at it. And so go watch those. I don't know the names of people, just watch airbrush cleaning and things like that. Obviously, after every time you change your color, go clean it out, put it in the rinse it out with some water and a little bit of alcohol, and you should be ready for the next color. That's it when you're doing color changes. And then try and clean it, do a deep clean like what I just done there after every use, and your airbrushes should be golden. Anyway guys, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. So you take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.